Hello, guys.
How we doing tonight?
Hopefully, all is well. As you guys might have seen from my announcement, it has been a rough past week. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely was a hard one. Hello, NJ. Hello. I am going to start things a little differently this outlook because I actually want us to start on rice statistics. In cases like these, we'll go over our chart here in a second, right afterwards. But in cases like these, this is where, when I'm unsure, this is where I bring in my statistics, right? This is where they can give me more than just a confirmation of an idea. They can actually give me a very clear bias, for example. So this is what we'll go over here in a second. As you can see, we're looking at the monthly ranges. So I'm looking specifically for the whole month of October, especially now that we've had a canceled NFP. It's going to come in on Friday. I just think it's going to be a weird one. So, by the way, in case you guys didn't look at the announcement, I'm going to be trading every single day, taking a half risk trades always. So, just going back to a more aggressive approach in that case. But to go over the statistics, we're looking at the monthly ranges, right? First trading day of the month to the last trading day of the month for the month of October. And we're going to force a high rate of the first week, right? Why are we going to do that? Because last week we took out previous month's high. So in this case, this is what I'm telling him. I'm telling him, what if during the month of October we took out the first week, the previous high? And I want to force it because I don't want to say, oh, well, do we or do we not take out the high during the first week? This is what the force parameter does. I want to force it. And now I can see data like, hey, there is now an 80% chance of us closing higher. Closing bullish, I guess, is what I should have said. I now have also more precise range parameters, right? Average range, average level parameters. And if I go over to the extremes here, I can see that there's a 60% chance that we keep that we keep going aggressively higher right up until week 5, right? So the high of the month being formed right at the end of the month. If I look specifically at bullish, I have an even higher chance in this case. So I just wanted to give you guys a little insight into that. I also like to bring week 1 or week 2, give it basically a little threshold. As you can see, once we bring week 2, these statistics go a little lower, but I know that I should not return to previous month's low, and I have the majority of the time I should close bullish here. And if I am to close bullish or not, actually, the high should form very late in the month. I just wanted to show you guys that. I think that it is important, especially in slightly unclear times. So now that we're back on our chart here, you'll notice, okay, well, we close above previous month's high. So for me, I'd like to see a continuation. And I mean, we are within a very nice array. Of course, we can definitely trade lower. You guys know I use premium and discount, and I'm going to look at my first discount and efficiency here, which in this case is a bullish order block. And of course, also using the midpoint. Oh, that is not what I was trying to do. Also using the midpoint as a secondary level. Overall, this is my level, but we've already traded down into this order block and respected it middle of last week, so we have no reason to go back down there. Overall, I'd like to see us respect this fair value gap and push price higher. We have the confirmation from closing above previous month's high. All our data supports bullish ideas for the month of October. I'd like to see price continue to trend that way. Now, on a weird week like this week, and when I say weird, I am referring to the news events, right? Specifically, just the fact that we have a government shutdown, in this case for the financial data shutdown, which means that we are just going to be confused on is there actually a news or not. So how do I interact with it? Well, trading 930 every day, right? Trading half risk because I understand my win rate will probably be lower this week. So I want to have less of an impact on my overall curve of my account and trading simple ideas based on statistical data, right? So what am I going to be looking for? Well, if we do have the news as we should, we should see some sort of early week consolidation, perhaps a lower sweep, and then a continuation higher. Specifically, this is what would be the best case scenario. Now, we could very much expand on Monday and then see price just consolidate going into the later parts of the week. So these are the two possible scenarios I'm going to be looking for, right? A Monday expansion, middle week consolidation, and then late week continuation of that first move, or a consolidation reversal into a bullish move. Right? Pretty straightforward in that sense. I mean, we've been here for 5 minutes, but that is really all I have to say for this week. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys may have, but for me, it's very simple. Oh, we're trading above previous month high, closed through it, showed intent, and I know that October should close aggressively higher. Okay, well, what if I bring the monthly open here just so we can see it? Okay, at the end of the month, I need to be above this, and we just showed last week that we were very bullish. Okay, so give me a continuation. We can return to these levels. As I said, I'd like to see this fair value gap respected, but we can trade lower as long as we close within it and then see a continuation higher. Pretty straightforward stuff in that regard, if you ask me. I'm not seeing any of you guys type, so I'm guessing it was pretty clear. I mean, nothing complicated this week, really just looking at the simple stuff, right? How we interact with previous levels that are of importance. The previous month's high is of importance to me. Premium and discount range, using nearby arrays for additional precision. All clear, all clear. All right. Well, we're coming back in. We're coming back strong here, right? I do want to say again, some new people joined in. Last week was a rough one for me. Had a lot of personal shit to deal with. It was a shitty one, and trading wise, well, the days I traded, I did it horribly, and then the other days I could not trade. So overall, very happy to come back to the markets. Only one PA review last week, so this week we'll be throwing out some bangers. Right, we'll have Wednesday. We'll have Thursday and Friday confirmed, and then any of the other days, basically, if at least like two or three of you guys just ask me, I'm just gonna do one on that night. All right. The only one that is unsure is gonna be Tuesday, where I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to make it. But enough rambling about this week's schedule. I wish you all a great trading week. Good luck trading tomorrow. And we'll see each other next time, right? For our price action reviews this week. You guys have a great rest of your night. Bye, guys.